lovelies, welcome back to another episode. I hope you all are doing great and fine wherever you are watching this video from. I'm back with another interesting episode, and I promise you're gonna love it. They told us that America is the land of free, but they never told us who paid for the prices. They told us that everyone came to America by choice, but they erased the history of the stolen, the history of the enslaved, and the history of the indigenous. So, in today's episode, this brother is going to break down all the lies that have been told about America, and he told no lies. So keep in touch. Kindly give the video a thumbs up. I'm going to tag the brother on the description of this video and also below the clip so that you can give him a follow on both TikTok and YouTube. I'm your presenter, Judy, and let's dive in straight away.
All right, so look, I want to talk about how everything in America is a lie. The whole thing. And when you put all these lies together, that is the Matrix. When you hear people talking about the modern day Matrix, this is what they're talking about. So in this video, I want to go through all the lies of America. Because you have to understand that at its core, America is not a country. America is a program that runs on white supremacy. It runs on the ideology of white supremacy. Every institution, every tradition, every truth about this country was meant to serve one goal. And that goal is the genetic survival of the white elites by any means necessary. That's the end game. Manifest destiny wasn't divine. That was a lie. It was about genocide. It was a plan for genocide. The Constitution was not written for everybody. It was a contract amongst white male landowners to dominate. It was an agreement amongst themselves. And Western civilization is just rebranded colonial theft and cultural plagiarism for melanated peoples. All right, so let's talk about the lie of intelligence. IQ tests were designed to justify the idea of white intellectual superiority. The school curriculums have nothing but whitewashed history. And that was done to elevate the European thinkers and erase the contributions of melanated peoples to things like science, math, spirituality, and philosophy. Education in America is not enlightenment, it's indoctrination. It's lies to build up this matrix. Then we have the lies about borders and nationalism. First off, this land is stolen. Their borders are imaginary. They don't really exist. America pretends to be a nation, but in truth, it ain't nothing but a corporate colony built on genocide and slavery. The American flag is a spell. The anthem is a cover story. And the 4th of July celebrates independence for white men. You have to understand that white supremacy invented America to basically hide the crime scene. Next, we have the lie of capitalism. Capitalism is just modern day slavery. Your labor is extracted to keep these white elites in power. You're not working to live. You're not working towards prosperity. You are working for a machine that was never going to free you, that was never going to sustain you. Generational wealth in white families comes from generational exploitation from black families and the families of other melanated peoples. And capitalism rewards obedience and punishes consciousness. And if at any point you question the system, you're labeled lazy, you're labeled as dangerous, or you're labeled as crazy. All because you recognize with your own mind and your own two eyes that this whole thing is a lie. Then we have the lie of religion. Christianity was weaponized to justify slavery, to justify colonialism, and to create submission. And Jesus is portrayed as white to psychologically condition the world to worship whiteness. These religious missionaries, they didn't save souls. They erased cultures. And in all these religions that these white supremacists push, they all demonize black spiritual systems. Black spirituality is always outlawed, demonized, and they always try to hide it. They always try to keep it a secret. They don't ever want nobody to know. So these religions of America, these religions from these white supremacists ain't nothing but a lie. They are nothing but white supremacy infiltrating the spirit to enslave the soul. They couldn't just take the land. They had to colonize the mind too. Then we got this train again. I swear every time I'm recording a video. All right, so next there's the lie of law and order. Police were created from slave patrols, and this system never evolved, it just got better PR. The legal system protects whiteness and punishes blackness. In America, justice means property over people. It means profits over people. Blackness is criminalized and whiteness is presumed innocent. Even when caught red-handed. The President of the United States is a perfect example of this. So you have to understand that in America, law and order is just a code for keep the hierarchy intact. It's about maintaining the system of white supremacy. Then we have the lie of science. Not that science is a lie, but the science that America spews are lies. There is a such thing as scientific racism. And then you have to think about the reality of medical experimentation. This is not a new thing, and it is not a rare thing. We know about the Tuskegee experiment. We know about the Henrietta Lacks experiments. How many other experiments are they doing? How many other different ways are they experimenting on these black and brown bodies behind closed doors? Not to mention, they're literally doing research on melanin, how to use it in spacecraft, how to use it for military purposes with weapons and armor. Not only that, but did you know that they actually extracted melanin from humans since the 1920s? You can Google it. There's a man named William J. Young. He did this paper. He wrote this paper in the 1920s talking about he was extracting melanin from Aboriginal humans. All this to say, white supremacist science is not about truth. It's about control. Then we have the lies of media and entertainment. The news is propaganda. Hollywood rewrites history, and it always glorifies white violence while demonizing black rebellion. On social media, the algorithms suppress the truth tellers while they elevate distractions. Black trauma is commodified while black joy is silenced unless we're performing. And in America, your attention is currency. They own the narrative and they rent your identity. Then there's the lie about race, which also ties into the science lies. Race was invented, not discovered. It's just a caste system disguised as biology. Whiteness is a social invention with no substance, and this lie exists to divide and conquer. And this lie is meant to hide who the original peoples are. This lie is meant to hide the circumstance of melanin. Then there's the lie of global dominance. Every time the U.S. goes to war, they say it's for freedom, but really it's just economic and genetic warfare. Imperialism is painted as peacekeeping, and democracy is imposed at gunpoint. Resource-rich and melanin-rich countries are destabilized on purpose. They do that to keep them weak and dependent. So yes, white supremacy is not just an American ideology. This is a global system that affects everybody and everything. And all these lies that we talked about, when you put them together, that makes the matrix. This matrix is real. All these lies create this highly sophisticated illusion. And these lies help keep white power alive, even though their numbers are crumbling. It helps maintain the extraction of labor, of melanin, of energy, and culture from the global majority. And they use all these lies, they use all this propaganda to make all this shit seem normal when it's not. Because the truth is, this is not sustainable and this is not natural. And at a certain point, once you see the matrix, once you recognize it, once you acknowledge it, once you accept that red pill, you have a responsibility. You have a choice to make. Either you fight to dismantle it, or you become part of the code that sustains it. Are you going to help bring truth to power and tear down these illusions? Or are you going to help maintain the lies? That's what it comes down to. But America ain't nothing but a lie.
Alright guys, welcome back. Honestly, we still have some brilliant, intelligent and knowledgeable men in this world. Or which word can I best use to describe them? Because from the episodes I've been doing, these men are so knowledgeable. They are so intelligent. They have a lot of knowledge in them to a point that I always ask myself, which books are they reading? Which professors are teaching them? Because honestly, I want that kind of knowledge. Then I also learned that we have it. We have that knowledge, and it's upon us to train it so that it can be great. It can reach a point that we want it to be. For instance, when this brother talked about melanin abuse, I just went ahead and researched about it because it's something which is happening in the society today. For instance, back in the days, J. Marion Slims performed surgery on the enslaved black women without using anesthesia, with the presumption that these enslaved black women will feel no pain, and yet there was anesthesia there. And some of the black women are still being used as scientific experiments even in the modern days. For instance, what happened in Atlanta, Georgia, when they used Adriana Smith's body as an incubator to grow a fetus, and yet this woman was dead. Even after the family tried to beg the doctors so that they can let the family bury their daughter. And only because abortion ban is there in Atlanta, Georgia. So why should you keep a body because there is an abortion ban and you know very well that this person is dead? Is it because you just want to use that black person as an experiment so that you can see, or so that you can learn that a dead body can grow a fetus? I know they released her because she started decomposing. What if it was a palm colored woman? Do you think they could have went ahead to use it? Because there is a congresswoman who did an abortion and she was a palm colored woman. Why did they allow her to do an abortion and yet they were keeping a black woman's body as an incubator? And some of the ancestors, they were also used as an anatomical experiment. So when the brother said that, I totally agreed with him. And the lies that we have always been told about America, you know, it's always in our mind that whatever they say is true until the generation of today is waking up and realizing that all these have always been lies. Whatever we have always been told about America, they are all lies. And about white supremacy, we talked about this yesterday. You remember how brother analyzed it so well. And this brother today also talked about it and said that this is all about indoctrination. It's not about imagination. It's all about indoctrination. It's something which is happening there. They want it to grow. They want to consider themselves as superior. Then again, they always say that America is the land of free. Honestly, who paid for the prices? Because there is nowhere in history that we were told that these people paid for the prices of the land so that they can call it a land of free. And they are saying that it is a land of free, and yet people are being oppressed, people are being manipulated, people are being mistreated. You saw what happened to the immigrants, how they are mistreating the immigrants in the United States, how they are mistreating the black and brown people in the United States. What if they could stop all these lies? They could stop telling people all the lies about America and they come out real and tell people the reality about America. And they also said that people came to the United States by choice. They went ahead to erase the history of the stolen people, the history of the enslaved, and the history of the indigenous people. Then they said that all people in the United States are immigrant. And yet, before we had the indigenous people of the land. And the Black Americans are the descendants of the indigenous people. They are from that land. So when some of the people comes out and say that the Black Americans are immigrants, why don't they say that the palm colored people are also immigrants? Because they say that all people are immigrants in the United States. People need to wake up and start learning other people's history. People need to stop spreading all the lies. Even the orange man himself, you see whatever he's doing in the United States, it's like he's still promoting all these things that are happening in the United States. What if they start treating people equally? What if they stop this issue of white supremacy, of racism, of mass incarceration? Because you see, how many black men are in prison? How many black men are allegedly in prison because of some things they didn't even do? Like the palm colored people, they always consider themselves as right. Whether they say something wrong, they're always right. Whether they have done something wrong, they're always right. And this is where the white supremacy comes in. They consider themselves as more superior, as intellectually superior, spiritually superior, culturally superior. Like they consider themselves above everyone. And this is why I love this kind of talks. When I came across the video of this brother, I was like, wow, I came across another episode because this man is spitting good facts in real time. So, guys, I just want you to do me one favor. Kindly go follow him on TikTok if you have a TikTok app. Go follow him on YouTube because he's trying to grow his account. I will honestly appreciate it. And also, I appreciate your support for following the brother yesterday, Justin Scott, because I checked his channel. It's growing so well right now. I appreciate you all for your massive support. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you agree with what the brother was saying? Did he tell any lies? Let me know in the comment section. And which kind of lies have you ever been told about America and you believed in it until you started disagreeing about it? Let me know in the comment section. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I honestly appreciate it. I'm your presenter Judy, and kindly give me a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't. I will honestly appreciate it. Until next time guys, see you on my next episode.